This episode of The Memory Palace is brought to you by Article. We are big fans of Article here at The Memory Palace. This room of the palace, the ballroom where I'm sitting right now, it's palatial, trust me, is lit beautifully by a legit beautiful lamp from Article. This stuff is of extraordinarily high quality. It is truly lovely furniture that's influenced by, mid-century modern and Scandinavian styles. I have a feeling you're really going to like it. If you've never checked it out before, summer and warmer weather is right around the corner here in the Northern Hemisphere. And they really have fantastic outdoor furniture. It's totally worth checking out. Go to article.com and take a look. The stuff looks great, and it is made with all these outdoor-friendly materials like teak and acacia wood and granite and galvanized steel and rattan. And it comes to you with a flat delivery fee of $49, regardless of what you're buying and how big the order is. So go to www.article.com/memorypalace and get $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. That is www.article.com/memorypalace. Go check it out. I'm excited to tell you guys about a new sponsor that solves the underlying problem of furniture shopping, which is you look at the stuff online and you have no idea whether it's going to actually work in your room. Well, say hello to Modsy. With Modsy, you can see new furniture in a 3D model of your actual room and redecorate it until you get your room just right. You're going to send Modsy a few photos of the room, you're going to answer a short online style quiz, and that's it. Then you have this sort of 3D model of your room, and then you can take furniture that they have from all these great partners, like Crate and Barrel and West Elm, and spin them around, and you can see exactly how they're going to look in your space. And there's no more, crossing your fingers and just hoping it's going to fit, or crossing your fingers and just hoping that the colors aren't going to clash. You can swap stuff out until you find just the right thing you're looking for. So head over to modsy.com/memory and you can get yourself a 20% discount on your first room. That's modsy.com/memory. This is The Memory Palace. I'm Nate DiMeo. It's impossible to know for sure, but ornithologists tell us that there were as many as 5 billion passenger pigeons in North America at the beginning of the 1800s. That was 1 in every 5 birds. And when they would fly south in the fall and north again in the spring, the birds would actually darken the sky. Many reputable accounts say the flocks would stretch out a mile wide and 300 miles long. The flocks would take hours, sometimes all day, to fly overhead. You'd wake up in the morning to the sound of approaching birds, and while you ate your breakfast and tended your fields all day and brought your livestock in or whatever, and the flock would still be overhead when it got dark. The sound must have been incredible. The droppings from a couple of million birds would rain down, defoliating whole swaths of forest. When they would settle down in a forest as a layover, it would take years for the trees to recover. One nesting site in Wisconsin occupied 850 square miles. There were as many as 136 million birds there. But all of this made them incredibly easy to hunt. It was said that if you shot a rifle into the air as they flew overhead, that one shot could take down 30 birds. They were flying so close that they'd collide, like some sort of horrible pileup on an interstate, and they'd plummet. And as the American human population spread west, the forest started to disappear. And as industrialization and immigrants swelled the eastern cities, people needed meat, and industrial hunters stepped in. They'd light fires in stands of trees to smoke the birds out and then kill them. They would take a single pigeon and sew up its eyes for some reason. Then they'd tie it to a stool so their panicked flapping would cause curious flocks to land. And then they'd be trapped and killed. Sometimes they would soak feed in alcohol to get the birds drunk so they'd be easier to kill. In Petoskey, Michigan in 1878, 50,000 birds were killed every day for 5 months. They were packed into boxcars and shipped to New York or Boston or Providence or Newark or Philadelphia or Baltimore. That same year, a different Midwestern supplier shipped another 3 million passenger pigeons. And the birds started to disappear. The females only laid 1 egg a year, which is a terrible evolutionary strategy. By 1900, the flocks were gone. By 1909, the American Ornithological Society was offering $1,500 to anyone who found a pigeon in the wild. The last known passenger pigeon died at the Cincinnati Zoological Park in 1914. She was stuffed and mounted in a diorama at the Birds of America display in the Smithsonian. A few years back, she was put into storage.